Welcome to our podcast, voted one of the best in the marketing research industry in 2019 and 2020. And this year we've been designated as one of the top spots on YouTube for research videos. And that designation came from FeedSpot. This is a Research Business Daily Report. It's the only daily news video delving into one particular research news item every Monday through Thursday most weeks. And we are in our 11th year of providing that service. We do rely on viewer support, and we'll tell you later on what you can do to perhaps provide that. I'm Bob Lederer, and I'm in my 27th year as the respected voice in market research. I think it's hard not to be curious about how a research plan is formulated when a spanking new business category comes to life. Now, that's not something that happens all that often, but I think we're going to see it happen with more regularity going forward. But it explains why I've been anxious to find out from a leading player in the legal cannabis and hemp fields about the sort of investigations that are going on in order to get a research handle on the new business categories. Chris Hlavatovic, Business Intelligence Manager of a company known as Advanced Nutrients, is explaining to us some of the most important components in his company's research process. And here is Chris to deliver the goods.
Thanks, Bob. Advanced Nutrients is known as the leading fertilizer and nutrients company in cannabis and hemp. I was our first researcher a year ago, and now I lead a team of several analysts. The plan when I came on board was for me to help with vendor analytics. And what I mean is I helped beef up our supply chain. So as you can imagine, we buy a lot of minerals, and the purity of the minerals is very important to us, but it's sometimes a moving object, right, with geopolitical considerations and such. So started out with helping with supply chain, bought a few Mack trucks and bottle capping machines, but then started to really get into some more strategic work. And this was part of the plan as well. It was to help with the vendor side of things, and then to look at some of our existing data, financial data, return on investment for marketing. And then that snowballed into other things. So competitive intelligence. So just a little bit of a primer on how we sell. So we sell B2B, which means that we'll sell to other businesses, such as some of the big legal growers of the world. And some of those are pharmaceutical type companies. So purity is always a really big deal for people's medicine, right? What goes into the plant goes into your body. So some of the things that we have to deal with these days, there's plenty of secondary research. We have to stay on top of both the cannabis industry and the fertilizer industry. There is primary research, of course, and I can't go into a million details, but some of the big considerations are that B2B that I said. So it's the licensed producers of the world. And we also sell B2B2C, which means that for small home growers, like my little starter kit, which I'm allowed to use as a homeowner in certain parts of Southern California, so those are usually sold through hydroponic stores and specialized nurseries. And that brings its own research challenges. And what I mean is we do a fair amount of in-store research, mystery shopping. And we have to do this. We really have to stay on our toes. Although we are the leader in the field, and our owner, Big Mike Straumitis, has had a $1 million challenge for any competitor who will pay a third party to test the output of their fertilizer versus ours. So we really have to stay on our toes. We are the leader in the field, but it's very competitive. And one of our big competitors is the Scott's Miracle Grow Company. So that's kind of a flavor of some of the things that we have to do. I would say the things that we really have to pay attention to, because this is a whole new product category, is we have to pay close attention to the legality of things. So every time a new state decriminalizes or legalizes consumption of cannabis. It's a whole new set of considerations, not only to sell, but on the compliance side. So it seems when I go to our factories, the labels that I see, there just seem to be a dozen variations of every label, depending on the rules in different states. So we follow the rules around legality very closely. This is a company that was founded on having the know-how to make a better plant, a plant that yields more in terms of volume and in terms of terpenes, with THC and CBD being the most marketable of those. So thank you for a few minutes, and I hope you enjoyed this talk.
That's a wrap on today's Research Business Daily Report. Now, we did mention at the start of today's RBDR that we hope you'll become a supporter of RBDR. An RBDR Patreon supporter is what we call that individual or company, and he or she or the company agree to provide a monthly contribution. You can visit our exclusive crowdfunding platform at patreon.com/RBDR, where you can select whatever level of support is comfortable for you. Whatever that may be, we say thank you. We hope you have a good research day, and we will be here to welcome you back tomorrow. And until then, please stay safe.